Hi, I'm Holly Young, and today we're filming in the beautiful and historic McDonald District where I'm standing just outside of my listing. And I wanted to just talk a little bit about the real estate market because we've seen some tremendous changes with the real estate market nationwide and even especially in California over the last 18 months. I'm sure what's showing more up on your feed is that the market has cooled down, which is actually a good thing because if we compare it to where we were last year, the market was insane, and I would call it more of a COVID induced housing market, which is really unrealistic, but we did move through it. Where we're settling in right now is the market really has slowed down, more inventories coming on the market, and we're starting to see some price adjustments, which means that prices are going to come back more in line with where they need to be in order to get properties sold. And one other thing I want you to keep in mind is, regardless whether we're in a seller's market or not, the buyer demand and the buyers are really going to dictate the way this market is going to move, especially through the end of 2021. One other note, we had a lot of surge as far as dirt lots moving, and it was quite at the beginning of the year. We had 2 to 3 months where it was just constant bids on dirt lots by builders, and that also has subsided. So we've really seen a shift in the market, and even though we're still in a pandemic, we're watching the market really fluctuate. But this is going to just bring me to one other caveat, and I just want to touch on this, and you can read about it on my website, which is the fact that Sonoma County is kind of in a microclimate. I talked to a lot of different clients and other people in the industry, and we all agree on one thing, that Sonoma County has kind of reached a new level of desirability, putting it in a microclimate. And places like Newport Beach, San Francisco, Irvine, they're very different locations, but they're all highly desirable for simply one reason, and then it's lifestyle. And Sonoma County, I think, has really achieved that. It's been working its way, but I think what took place with the pandemic and people coming from the city moving up this way, along with other destinations, really kind of put Sonoma County at a different level. So I mentioned the microclimate for you to keep in mind that regardless of what the market's going to do, whether it goes up or goes down, we're going to see the fluctuations, but I think Sonoma County is going to weather any kind of fluctuations much better than the majority of the cities, and that would go nationwide, simply because it has achieved that kind of a status, which ties into two other points I want to bring up. One is I am getting a lot more calls from investors that are wanting to buy in Sonoma County, and these are people that are cashing in on their investments in other locations in California. The money goes into a 1031 exchange, and they're calling to specifically buy up in Sonoma County because it's still, as far as investors are concerned, it's still in the affordable range, meaning these guys are wanting to put $1 to $2 million in real estate here, and it's also an up and coming area because we're starting to see more growth, more improvement around Sonoma County. And if you have a hard time finding it, drive around, because I'm starting to see a lot of development and growth here. The last point I want to touch on, and I do write about all this stuff, is how the market has really changed over this last year and a half. And something I've had several conversations with other people about this, but we've got a whole new generation of people, and I'm going to refer to the millennials, and I don't know all the other categories, but these are the people that are in the 30s, maybe early 40s, 20s, right around that range. But they are really a dominant force in this market, which is changing everything. It's changing the stock market, it's changing the housing market, it's changing the tech industry, and all the ideas that they're bringing forth. So I just wrote a little piece on how I believe, and this again is my perception, my opinion, that we really have entered a new era as far as markets are concerned because of this new generation and the energy and the tenacity that they bring. And I think in the article I even referred to the GameStop run, which I thought was brilliant. But this is just to kind of bring you up to date with a little of what's going on in the market. I think as we move to the end of 2021, it's just going to stay steady. But in order to get a home sold in the market we're in now, the price is going to be the most important. I always talk about price, presentation, and marketing, and those three are very important, but it's always going to lead out with the price, because if you don't have it priced right, it won't sell. So I'm going to cap this off now. Just wanted to give you a quick update, And as always, I thank you for watching. And if you have any questions, please, you can get to me through my website, Holly Young Properties, or call me at the number below. Thank you for watching again, and take care.